Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown battle. This is a new team, but it's kind of like a special thing because I'm not going to be using this team anymore after today. Hopefully I can upload these videos before midnight tonight. But if not, then I guess the Easter holiday will live on into Monday, and you guys can watch it then. But I'm going to go through my team really fast. Wigglytuff, Maractus, Lopunny, Azumarill, Diggersby, and Exeggutor. I'm sure you can see the theme here. I have a bunch of Easter bunnies, and I also made an alternate account on Showdown called Easter Bunnies to show off these little Easter Pokemon. And this is a hard team to use. I was pretty limited in who I could choose, so I just went with the 5 bunnies that I could remember. If I left one out, then oops, I'm sorry. An Exeggutor has egg in the name. I didn't want to use Chansey, Blissey, or the Togepi line or Execute because I just didn't want to. And plus, I really hate Blissey and Togekiss, so I'm never ever going to use those two. But my opponent's team is very OU, Conkeldurr, Aegislash, Chansey, Azumarill, Mamoswine, and Charizard. And Charizard is definitely going to be the Mega because it's the only one that can Mega Evolve. And yeah, a lot of these Pokemon are huge threats, especially Mamoswine and Conkeldurr because they can hit a lot of my team really hard just between those two. So those are the two I'm most worried about, and yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle. Alright, so I lead with my Wigglytuff, and my opponent leads off with Mamoswine, who I expected to lead since Mamoswine usually sets up Stealth Rock. I wasn't exactly sure how much damage Wigglytuff was going to take from Mamoswine, but as long as I got Stealth Rock up on my end as well, I figured it would be okay. Wigglytuff pretty much served its purpose, but Mamoswine actually did not go for Stealth Rock itself, which I was kind of surprised to see. I guess it just decided to take Wigglytuff out automatically. I brought in my Azumarill, hoping that maybe Mamoswine would start setting up Stealth Rock here. Even though it really doesn't hurt my team all that much, so maybe that's why, if this Mamoswine happens to have it, it decided not to go with it. It went for a Freeze Dry, which I'm not used to seeing on Mamoswine, but luckily it didn't do all that much to Azumarill. It took it down to maybe about half health, and the Citrus Berry activated, and I was able to get off a Belly Drum and an Aqua Jet to knock Mamoswine out. I knew Aegislash was going to go for a King Shield, so I just Belly Drummed, you know, whatever. I didn't want to make Azumarill attack stat go down, so this is where I lucked out. That Shadow Sneak left Azumarill at 1 HP. That was crazy, and Aqua Jet was able to take that Aegislash out. I was a little confused why Aegislash was able to go before Azumarill, but Aegislash is faster, and I looked it up just to make sure. I won a speed tie, I'm pretty sure, between my Azumarill and my opponent's Azumarill. Maybe Shiny has a priority on Showdown, I don't know, but I really lucked out in that turn. Just so I could get Azumarill down to lower than half health. I encored that Aqua Jet because my next goal is to bait my opponent into bringing Charizard in. So I switched in my Maractus to take another Aqua Jet, and as you can see, my Maractus has Storm Drain, so Aqua Jet does nothing, and I knew Azumarill was going to switch out because there was absolutely nothing it could do to my Maractus, and hopefully it would go into Charizard, which it did, which he did. I was really happy because that was the whole plan. So Charizard had the option to either just go ahead and Mega Evolve or switch back out, but if it were to switch back out, it would have come back in and been at 1 HP, so it really would not have benefit my opponent to switch Charizard out again. So I knocked it out with a return, and my Diggersby is actually Choice Scarf, so that's why I was able to go before Charizard. I decided to go ahead and sack Diggersby, even though I think it was kind of a stupid move since I knew that a Drain Punch was coming, but I also feared Knockoff and other moves as well, so I think it was for the best that I just went ahead and sacked Diggersby. I was happy to see that Conkeldurr had a Flame Orb instead of an Assault Vest, because if it had an Assault Vest, it absolutely would have been able to survive that Psychic and also gotten off a knockoff. I protected here mostly to guard myself from Toxic over all else, but that Chansey actually has Flamethrower, which I thought was pretty interesting. I was lucky though that Chansey did not go for Substitute while I was protecting with Exeggutor, because then that would have been a completely wasted turn and I would have had to take even more turns to break that sub, and it would have just prolonged the battle even more than it already is. So Chansey is restoring the health that it lost from making that substitute, and I was fortunate enough to get Leech Seed off, so it is draining health at the same time. And Flamethrower really isn't doing all that much to Exeggutor. I can't really remember the EV spread, but I mean it's taking Flamethrowers from Chansey really well, so that's really all that matters. And I'm getting a lot of health back from Leech Seed, because as anybody who has Leech Seeded a Chansey or a Blissey before, they know that it's really awesome. So I managed to break Chansey's sub, and I brought in Lopunny here thinking that Chansey was going to use another sub, which she did, and I was like, yes. So I am going to be able to Encore Chansey into that sub, and it'll never break, so it's not like I'm worried about Chansey being behind a sub. This is just mostly to prevent Chansey from healing back up or doing any more damaging moves to my Lopunny. I don't know if it has Seismic Toss. Yeah, I'm really not sure if it has Seismic Toss or not. So yeah, I'm not sure what the fourth move is. But yeah, Leech Seed from Exeggutor is taking its toll, and it's healing up Lopunny just fine. Circle Throw is Lopunny's only direct attacking move, so Lopunny really can't do anything to Gengar. She has Toxic as well, so any other Ghost type, you know, would be able to be Toxic. But with Circle Throw, it's mostly for, you know, having Stealth Rock up and Toxic damage, just going around the whole team. That Play Rough missed, and that was really unfortunate. I managed to get a Toxic off on that Azumarill, who happens to be named Easter Bunny on Easter, which was pretty awesome. I just switcherooed. I could have went for a Circle Throw, but I didn't really feel like it. And I thought it was funny though that I was able to receive an Assault Vest and pass one on to that Azumarill. I thought that was pretty interesting that both of them had one. And I also thought it was interesting that since Azumarill had an Assault Vest herself, she wouldn't have Belly Drum. So I thought that was pretty cool, because Belly Jet Azumarill is super common in OU. But I managed to win this battle thanks in part to Lopunny. Lopunny was really awesome with the very little attacks that she actually had, but she did a great job. And if you liked this battle and would like to see more, please leave a comment and a like rating. I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you would like to, please check out gamersbench.com, where we review and play through games that you may be interested in yourself. And also check out my Twitter page. It is linked in the description below. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all the next battle.